The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone. All over the world, we're seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer. So there will come a moment when no health service in the world could possibly cope.
30-year-old Christopher Eildon, who had no history of mental health issues, had taken his own life.
Indeed, with so many users sharing pictures online showing toilet paper shelves empty.
But this group of people clearly don't believe in the science, they don't believe in the lockdown, and they don't consider it necessary to have social distancing.
Tonight at St Thomas's Hospital in central London, the 9th patient with the coronavirus in the UK is being treated. A woman who flew into Heathrow from China recently. She didn't have any symptoms when she arrived.
Mental health has taken a toll on us all, and during this pandemic it has amplified tenfold. In this short documentary, we're going to try and get down to why mental health has seen such a dramatic decline over the past year, going in and out of lockdown, and talk to some fellow students along the way to hear their own experiences.
So come along as we talk to some more students about why they feel mental health is such a hard conversation to have.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year, hasn't it?
How you guys been dealing with your mental health during COVID?
It's been difficult, isn't it? Really hard. Like you're doing the same thing, same routine over and over and over again. You just have to find the nice things to focus on, you know?
Lockdown in itself has been quite a boring but also a new experience, as we've had a lot of free time to learn new hobbies, ideals, things we're interested in, but also catch up on some of our me time as well.
It's hard being by yourself all the time, that's what I've got, just being by yourself. You can like talk to people on Xbox Party and like on FaceTime, but it's just not the same, and it's just, even, I don't know, it's nice to have a conversation, don't get me wrong, but like, just they're not being there in real life. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. It's not.
I think I have like an unpopular opinion because I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time to sort of spend time alone, sort of get to know myself better without having the stress of like college, work, and just general things that are stressful.
I know it's difficult for everybody, because I mean, we're all stuck at home and all that, and everything's cancelled, but the time doesn't stop going, like there's still stuff to do.
Mental health is such an important topic to talk about, and statistics have shown that young people are often not having that conversation. We're hoping that by making this documentary based around mental health and sharing our own experiences, that it will help more of our peers feel comfortable to have these conversations that we feel now more than ever are necessary to have. There has long been a stigma around talking about mental health, and we want to find out exactly why that is.
I think some people just don't know how to approach it at times, or they get a bit scared about talking about it because they don't know how to approach it, or they don't know what to say, or if they're saying the right things. But yeah, I think people just get a bit scared about talking about it at times.
There has to be like some sort of level of trust established for that person to talk to the other person about their mental health issues. I'll probably say potentially people don't actually like speaking about it. Sometimes they feel that they don't want to, or they get judged upon speaking about it. So that's probably why I think that's why it is.
Well, everybody's like gone through a situation with mental health, and I think it probably makes people feel uncomfortable from like past traumas or what they're going through.
I think it's definitely got worse throughout the pandemic. I know in my household there was a lot of like aggression and things like that, because people didn't have any other way to deal with it. And I think as well there's a lot of anxiety, because going back into the real world is really different now compared to how it was before.
Mental health has rapidly declined through depression, anxiety, all sorts. Personally, I have dealt with mental health issues during the pandemic through health anxiety, as they keep stressing about if you have underlying health conditions, it is worse for you to catch the coronavirus. So that did trigger some worry regarding my own health.
The COVID-19 pandemic that's been going on since March of last year has impacted everyone, and for many has greatly affected people's mental health, especially teenagers and young adults. A survey conducted by Young Minds, a young person's mental health charity, has showed that out of 2,011 students, an alarming 58% of them had said their mental health had gotten worse, with that number reaching 69% after returning to school last September. On top of this, only 15% of students agreed to there being enough support for this mental health, with so many students feeling anxious or unsafe about returning to schools, colleges and universities. Is the government really making the right decision taking the country out of lockdown? We're going to find out.
Once I've dealt with it, as I've been saying, I've had an anxiety attack a few months ago, which I never had before, and it didn't feel very nice at all. But I've been trying to deal with it, but not very well, so it'll be fun. So yeah.
What do you guys think's impacted you the most, obviously, during this time?
Like I said, just completely alone. In the first lockdown it was the worst because you literally didn't see anyone.
Yeah.
But the second one, I've been able to go back to work, so you see people coming in and out, but it's still not the same. You see the regular people, you don't see anyone like new or different. It's just awful.
I think probably when it came to applying for university, I thought it was quite difficult to get to grasps of how the new way is. Now it's all online interviews, online open days and things like that, so it's quite hard trying to realise the best ways to go about it.
It's like having to be stuck in a house with a massive family like mine. I just hate them all now. Like I'd just be trying to work or something and my brother just walks in and just makes himself at home. It's very annoying.
Yeah, it is hard to work at home.
That's true enough with two brothers.
Not being able to see friends and family as quite a sociable person is quite a difference from seeing them nearly every day to not seeing them at all.
Just seeing them that day, it's really tiring just trying to keep on top of the game and keep your quality of work up when you haven't got access to the resources that college does.
To be honest, my view's not really changed on it, but it's just the fact that it's still a bad thing to have and things like that. But I've learnt there's different things. For example, 66% of the industry suffer from mental health, whether it's bad or just not as bad as you think it was. But it's just the fact 40% of the national record of people having mental health is that 66% of the 40% of the film industry.
It's rough, man. It's really rough for everyone, to be honest. But we've got brighter times ahead, and we've just got to look forward to that.
It looks like it's going to get better from now on.
Things are looking up. Fingers crossed. This plan that the Prime Minister's laid out works.
Right, we're back in college full time. For me, that makes me a bit happy.
Yeah, same, because we get to see all our mates and we can kind
And then we can boost everything back up.
Yeah, I mean, we still have to wear masks and that, but I think just even though we've still got the rules, I think it's just good to be around your friends and being able to, sit outside on the benches and eat your lunch, rather than having to sit 2 meters apart in some massive room or something, or just being at home altogether on FaceTime or something. How do you think we as a whole could get people talking about their mental health more?
Listen to people who've had mental health problems in the past, kind of learn from their experiences and how they've dealt with it, and just listen to them how other people can treat them, just to make it better.
I feel like a lot more could be done. Some people don't understand how it feels, as I've said, that some people don't understand how it feels to have mental health issues. Advertising it a lot more than we do. We advertise it a lot already, but I think if we advertise it that bit extra, it might help extra people get that extra word out as well.
I think we could get people like celebrities or people that are looked up to talk about it a bit more and make it seem like it's acceptable, as it should be.
I think the pandemic has given us struggles that have overall, by this point, have overall strengthened our mental health and our resilience towards that kind of stuff. I think it's really had it's had a negative effect and it's had a positive effect.
It's definitely tested us. It's tested our abilities a lot.
Yeah.
But we've overcome it.
The positive is we've overcome it. We're looking up. I think we're all stronger mentally for this whole pandemic.
Social skills may need to be a bit more improved.
Yeah, like I said, I think social anxiety is going to be jacked way up for a lot of people. But I feel like we'll get back to normal at some point.
Definitely.
Yeah, for me, the first day I was back at work, I was so anxious before it.
I was the
I literally
same.
haven't spoken to anyone.
Yeah, I completely forgot all the meal deals and everything that I needed to. When someone buys a sausage roll, I forgot the prices and everything.
It's getting better at least. We've got that to look forward to. We've got university to look forward to if we're going.
I feel like nothing will ever get back to proper normal. Like,
No, we'll be living with this for the rest of our lives, but we won't be in this state.
Yeah.
Throughout this documentary, it's become clear that this pandemic has affected us all negatively. And to help change this, we will put some numbers on the screen should you need the help.